punch this. Let's go live. Let us start potentially the last stream of the year. Yes. Everything is good. Everything is live. I can see there was a bit where I scratched the back of my head for a moment there. Hey folks, welcome back. I am Fritz. We're playing some more historic Brawl. Today we are specifically going to be playing Harbin Vanguard Aviator. And like the title suggests, this is a white-blue deck, and also like the title suggests, it's one of the most aggressive Brawl decks that I have ever made. So this is basically white-blue soldier tribal, and our goal is to basically just kill our opponent by turn 5. The game can go longer than that. We have a few cards if the game goes longer than that, but the vast majority of everything in this deck is 3 mana or under. So because of how early Harbin comes out, we have Mox Amber for ramp, Yoshian Frontliner, Esper Sentinel. It's both a great staple and it's in our archetype. Fragment Reality, Leonin Vanguard. It pumps to a 2/2 again, and it's a soldier. Patriarch's Humiliation, Recruitment Officer. It's a soldier and it also works as sort of a slightly longer gameplay. Survivor of Corliss, First Strike, Soldier, Swords to Plowshares, Wash Away, Spectrum Sentinel. 2 drops, you're going to see basically the same thing. Adanto, Ambush, Bounty Agent, Cathar Commando, Intrepid Adversary, Revoke Assistance, Air Marshal, Brokers, Disdainful, Favorable, Memory Negate, blah 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 blah. Tome of Legends for some extra cards, and fair amount of counterspells. Then 3 drops, we got Banishing Light, Borrowed Time, Elspeth's Command, the new Alchemy Soldier Pump, Expel, Mentor of the Meek, Teferi's Protection, for obvious reasons, Adenoline. It's white aggro, like, yeah. Skyclave, Hercules, I love this card. It has done so much for me in drafts. I'm not sure it'll be as good and constructed, but it's just a good card. Sky Strike Officer, just very good again. Deputy of Detention as a slight, like, removal tool. Wing Commando. We've got a few pumps in here. We've got Icon of Ancestry, Heraldic Banner, and Coalition Construct, as well as Adaptive Automaton. We just boost all our soldiers up. Then we have Scrapwork Cohort. It's mostly in here to give us 2 more soldiers so that we can quickly try to get the last for it. Yoshian Tactician. Urza is in here because he copies artifacts. I thought he'd be fun. And then outside of that, we have Perilous Vault, Supreme Verdict. Reverend Hoplite gives us a bunch more soldiers. Elspeth Conquers Death. And then we've got, like, Farewell, Sanctuary Warden. Our only real go-long spell is Sworn to the Legion and Elish Norn. Honestly, I should probably cut that Caged Sun. But it's a very aggressive deck. Lands, there's nothing too interesting, except I'm running the new Mana Confluence. I'm very curious to see how well this does. I've heard some people mention that it's very good in Historic Brawl, specifically the Comp Historic Brawl Discord. So I crafted it, and I'm going to try it out. I'm curious to see if this is something that's very good, but only in like 3-color decks, 4-color decks, or if it's going to be valuable in 2-color as well. Man, you are awake this early? Well, thank you for stopping by the stream. Let's do some games. Yeah, and it's happening this early because, so originally I was like, oh, I'll do my Friday stream at 7 p.m. While completely ignoring that I am going to visit family. And so then, once I was like, yeah, I'll do my Friday stream at 7 p.m., it suddenly occurred to me that that doesn't really work. Because I don't have my entire computer set up and streaming set up, and I'm not bringing that with me to go see family. Is this good enough to keep? Yes, I will keep it. So instead... Oh, this is probably into Delinia. I will probably need... Objective Negotiators is decent. Let's do Recruitment Officer. I don't even know how I clicked Bounty Agent. But anyway, when I realized that I was definitely not going to be able to make it, okay, just gonna swing in. Yep, no blocks. I'll just swing back in. Let's do Harbin, since he's bigger. But yeah, I realized I would not be able to probably make it. And so then I'm like, alright, well, I have 2 options. I can not do the stream, or I can move the stream forward a bit. And I have opted to go with moving the stream forward about 3 hours. Let's do Bounty Agent. Yeah, the schedule never was updated. I really should have done that. I apologize. I was just... Yeah, no, that's just my bad. I should have updated the schedule. But there was a point where I just realized that I wasn't going to have the time to actually... Goblin. Okay, so they're prepping to do their big cast next turn. Do I punch through these? I think I kind of do. It is an aggro deck, so we're just going to keep going. What I'm going to hope is that they don't have a way of getting 2 more mana, so I can do Protect the Negotiators when they try to play Delina. Yeah. Negotiator status protected. And now I've got 3 soldiers out. I might revoke existence that treasure actually is what I will probably do. Okay, Perilous Vault is neat. But I would rather play... I'd rather just play Harbin. And keep going pace. Yeah, no, I should have updated the schedule. I was honestly just... I didn't think about that enough. I think that what happened is, like, last night, right before D&D, I was like, well, I can update the schedule. I didn't even think I was going to update the schedule. What I thought was, like, okay, I want to do this one last stream. I have the deck. I'm prepped for everything. I can prep, or I can just... I'll do Deputy of Detention on it if they play the Wild Mage. Nope, Terror of the Peaks. Okay, that's actually not that bad. I can still deal with that. As long as they don't have an immediate burn spell. My turn. Box Amber. Deputy of Detention. My favorite part of that movie was the part where he said it's detention in time. Detention all over everybody. Next to combat. Swing in for another 5. So this is a very slow game for this deck. Sometimes you'll hit everything just as quickly as you want it. Now I'm hoping... Looks like they're digging for answers, which is good. I'm really hoping they don't find them. You have the Relic of Legends. That's 2 attackers. My turn. I'm going to do Broker's Veteran. Is there any point to attacking with Bounty Agent? It will die. I should attack with everything. Because then they have to just, you know, take the damage. Just need a little bit more. This might turn out to be a mistake, but I don't like that. So I'm just going to get rid of it and see if I can keep them down 1 mana before the final bit. Yeah, Solemn Simulacrum. They are in red, so I will probably try to... My turn. Yep, Harbin Vanguard. Next to combat. I'm just going to go in with everything again. I want to put the shield counter onto that because they're in red, their best bet for coming back in this game, also going to just... No, I'm not going to play that. Is to get rid of Deputy of Detention, get Terror of the Peaks back, and then to use something else to burn down my other 2. Have your opponent draw 3 cards. Yes. You have 2 life and 1 red mana. You may draw 3 cards. And there we go. So, yes, into Red aggro, we get a win with blue-white aggro. So I think that was actually a pretty good demo of how this deck is supposed to work. We'll do a few more games. That was definitely a little bit slow, relative speaking to some of the games I've had with this deck, but it was decent. Oh, man. Archimando date. But yeah, the stream happened because there was no other time I was going to be able to do this stream. Gwenna Eyes of Gaia. This is, I believe, green big stuff. Is this worth keeping? No 1-drops. We have some 2-drops. We have Yoshi and Tactician on 4, and we have hard removal. I'm going to mulligan this anyway. Yeah, this feels better. Bloody elves. Is it worth fragmenting reality? Yeah, it is, actually. So that probably looks very stupid, but what it does is it means they don't get Gwenna this turn, hopefully. Oh, is this elf tribal? Is this just big elves? I'm gonna be annoyed if this is just big elves. Let's do Harbin. But I think it's elves. Okay, we've got the Supreme Verdict. We will have the mana for it. Let's do Banishing Light. The downside to this is it is definitely a ramp deck, which is going to be a little tricky based on how things end up going. Yes, big elves. Actually, I'm going to do Revoke Existence here. My goal is to just keep them from getting enough mana to ramp into their really big stuff. Yep, there comes that again. How many turns if any, do I want to let them just do stuff? So I'd like to... I'll give them like 2 turns and hope that they just spend 1 turn building board state, then I'll do Supreme Verdict. Okay. I lied. I will give them 1 turn. That's still kind of bad. I'm going to take 10 for that, but that's okay, because now they're only down to... Okay. There's a lot of mana they have. A lot of damage I'm going to take. But now they are down to only 1 card in hand. Is that a reach? That has reach. No, it doesn't. But now we'll just hit them in the face. Supreme Verdict. Yep. Let's do Recruitment Officer. End turn. So now that's back up to 7. They're sitting on 2 cards. Pass to attackers. Let's draw some more cards. What do I want to play this turn? I think I want to do 3 and 4 for 7. Let's do... In Commando. I remember why Urz is in the deck. Urz is in the deck because the creatures he makes are soldier tokens. That's going to be a little tricky to deal with. Well, can't do that and that. Can't do that and that. What I can do is I can just punch. Does this reach? No, it doesn't. gonna be spicy though. When ETBs choose to. Okay. And that has reach. That's a problem. Does it have trample? Yes, it does. That's a really big problem. Okay. Does that have trample? It does not. It's blocked with the recruitment officer. There's humiliation. Pay 2 life. That's instant speed, right? Yeah. Let's do this. No attacks and turn. I'm really hoping they do something then. Alright, so we both have some board state. They have a chunky fellow. Let's see what they do here. Okay. Well, let's draw a card to start. That's the only one with reach. If I wait for my turn, I can use this to actually get rid of the Titan of Industry completely, as opposed to just moving it off the board. Let's do that. Ambush Paratrooper. Bounty Agent. I could also just get 6/1/1s. Let's not. Let's do Patriarch's Humiliation. And it also loses all of its text. Next to combat. 1, 2. Next to blockers. Let's activate this. Get another card. Next to damage. I'm just gonna play this guy Strike Officer. And this way I can tap a whole bunch of soldiers for cards. That's bad for me. But I'll have a bunch of flyers. I just need to live this turn. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, you're not a soldier technically. Alright. How many soldiers do I have? 1 soldier, 2 soldier, 3 soldier. Next to combat. I can't do all attacks because I only want the soldiers swinging in. Let's see what the blockers are going to be, and then we'll do the pump spell, but I think that's another win. Oh, right, it's everybody gets flying. I should have swung with Urza. Good game. 4 and 4. Yep, I see 4 through. And that is another win. Little dicey there, but I think they got... I think it's kind of reasonable to look at this deck and not be expecting the board wipes necessarily. So. Yes, PogChamp indeed. Oh. The champs have been pogged. Champ status. Pogified. But yeah, we'll play a few games. The only downside to this deck, if you can call it that, is that because I think it's actually kind of good, I get stressed when I start winning, and then I start playing against better decks. This would be a good opening hand if we had any planes. Excuse me, 1 second. But we don't have any plains, so... Now we don't have any islands. So we're gonna mulligan again. We'll keep 6. No, let's toss the amber, unfortunately. I should have done blue. Alright, well, Patriot's Humiliation is pretty good. Up comes Harbin. Gotta be white. I don't want them playing on math next turn, so that will get me a little bit of time. And then we'll have access to Wash Away and Quench. But the fact that we don't have any more creatures is really bad. Like, we will get... If this goes long, we will get outvalued. Just by the nature of... They're playing a 3-color deck, and I am not. I'm gonna Quench that. Alternately, they might not have kept any lands in hand, and you know what? We'll take those. That game was less than a minute. Alright. Let's do another one. Alright, Scalia, Zenith Seeker, aka the lady who goes and gets dragons. Is this good enough to keep? 2 blue, 2 white, Mentor of the Meek, and Wash Away. We're not on the play, though. I'll mulligan. And I'll keep this. I don't know if this is going to be a very good hand, but I do think it will be fun, maybe, to try out by Elspeth's command. So next turn is turn 3. They will play the thing. Kalia is a 3/3 with Flying and Vigilance. I should have just held the 2 for the memory lapse, but... Oh, maybe I should not have. Yeah. Why did I do that? I have Revoke Existence in hand. Choose a soldier in your hand. Let's give Sky Strike Officer. Let's turn that into a 3/4 with Vigilance. Let's do... Harbin. Gets +1 in flying. Okay, so I think I'm gonna lose this one, most likely, but it should be fun, I think. Yeah, that was a really bad misplay I made with Revoke Existence. The whole purpose of that card is to help me deal with army situations. So that it can get Death Touch. This might still be a mistake. Let's see what happens. Create a 1/1 colorless soldier token. I like this card. I think it'll be fun. I think we'll get to see it give some value, but that's not the same thing as being good enough to actually win. Oh man, Flying Vigilance or Lifelink. What are they going to give to what? They gave it Vigilance. Let's get some more cards. Man, I could really use some more blue mana right about now. That'd be nice. I should probably just revoke existence that. And then just do... So maybe this is just Angel Tribal, based on what they've played so far. It's +1 and flying. Did I play a land this turn? Yeah, I played a Plains. So let's leave that one open for the moment, like we've got something valuable to do with it, even though we really don't. Okay, it's possible my opponent is just hitting 8 million lands. But Resplendent Angel is going to be a problem. What are they going to grab? Just Angels. Oh, but that's I don't like you. You're a problem. Alright. Let's draw some cards. One, two, three. Draw some more cards. You know what would be cool? If I could... Let's do Vanishing Light. But that phases out all their stuff. Next to combat, choose a soldier in your hand. Is there somebody I want to... Let me see something real quick. Yes, actually. I want to give this to Ambush Paratrooper. And then you've got Vigilance, so you can attack anyway and make more tokens. And then I'll hold the rest of this. Oh, you know what? I could have attacked him to get another stack on Tome of Legends. The issue here now is Resplendent Angel, I think. Let's Prison Realm that. Oh, no, buddy. Buddy, no. No, you're not allowed to, when I play a counterspell, give me the sleep emoji, and then just concede. That's not me playing slow. I'm in blue. I'm allowed to play counterspells. You can't be surprised that that is a thing that I do. You had a 3/3 angel that you could pump to a 7/7. You could have swung in with that. Oh god, it's Chatterfang. Oh boy. Hey, Swords to Plowshares is decent. Disdainful Stroke, I can have Ancestry. But we are an aggro deck. Is this an aggro enough open air? I don't think so. Okay. I'm hesitating here. Because since Chatterfang is a combo deck, the Swords to Plowshares to interrupt that 4-drop pirate that basically makes infinite treasure and infinite squirrel tokens would be good. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna... This is like 90% the same hand. Wow. Alright. I'll keep 5. Yep. Give up Perilous... I'll give up the Perilous Vault. And I will give up... I will give up Wing Commando. This is a very bad opening hand. I guess Petriarch's Humiliation is pretty useful. Well, Let's play Harbin. What are we gonna see pop out? Is it gonna be the squirrel? Is it gonna be the stinking... I wanna see a cool trick. Goodbye, Toski Bearer of Secrets. I would like to not give you a draw engine on turn 3 with your indestructible creature. That's even worse. And I still have not drawn any... UA, you're a 3-1 and you flash? Yeah. Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor. Thank you. Alright, I think we go get another source of blue here. No, another source of white, so that we can eventually get Elspeth Conquers Death. And get rid of Geeks. Geeks. Yep, that's not surprising that you would choose to do that. Alright, there's another white land. Let's go with, I want to see one thing. So we have human. It doesn't matter if I do human or soldier right now. I think everything I have is human or soldier. I might just chump Gix with the Coalition Construct. Yeah, I think that's probably the right call. Lavinia is now a 3-drop. Why did I play that before going to combat? Walk is such a weird mechanic. Okay. I would be surprised if I saw, yep. Fine. I would like to remain a 4-3. So that's a 6-drop. Every creature you control becomes target of a spell or ability that opponent controls. Let's do this. Yep, that's fine. I have to give up a card. I will live with the consequences of that. Let's do this, because then you will kill Chatterfang. Maybe I should have hit Garruk instead, but I almost feel like Gix is going to be the bigger problem. That's a lot of wolves. Are they going to be able to get the emblem next turn? No, it's going to take them a little bit longer than that. Okay, this is going to look silly, but it'll, trust me, it'll make sense. I don't think I win this, though. I probably should have just played Harbin again. Chatterfang's a good deck. Should I have hit Garruk? Because then they'd have... Well, if they hadn't hit Garruk, they'd have Gix. Oh, man, that's going to be brutal. Oh, boy. Yeah, I made a mistake. I mean, I haven't lost 100% yet, but I think if they just go aggro, there's a pretty good odds on it. They don't have quite enough mana to get Garruk's Emblem in one turn, but... Okay. Let's do some quick maths. 1, 2... Let's do that, I think. Yeah, because I want... Yeah. Oh, you can just blow up the Revenant Hoplite. But you have to give up squirrels for it, so I think I'm fine with that. I am less fine with that. Oh, you know what? I can just get the Hoplite back. That's only one. Alright. I think that's probably game, unfortunately. I don't think I can win this one. I should have gotten back the Coalition Construct. Yeah, that's probably game. They'll just do green. Even if I chump everything, they have enough. See, I think it was kind of a hard call, but maybe I was just wrong to get rid of Gix instead of getting rid of Garruk. But that definitely feels like where this game made a shift. Yep. The commander zone is its own zone, right? It's not in exile or anything. I'm trying to think if there'd be a way to make a card where, like, cards you control that are, like, not in play or something get +1/+1, but without calling out the command zone specifically. Alright, well, we'll play it out. But I think there's very little I can do here. Yeah, so I just lost. I think this is just like it's Shatterfang green black value. Like it's a relatively refined lesson. Yeah, I just lost. I don't know what I would have needed to do differently. Maybe have kept some of those earlier hands. They also got a good hand though. They got like Dark Ritual into Toski and the rest of their stuff. They had all their removal pieces. They got their Planeswalker. They got Gix. I think the big turning point / mistake was letting them keep Garruk instead of Gix. I should have just accepted that they were going to get to draw more cards and let them keep let them keep Gix out. It's kind of a catch-22. My dude, I am tapped out. This is not rocket science. This is your friendly reminder that there are... Actually, I can show people this real quick. Just as a general statement about this specific format. I would like to show people something very important. I would like to do... Okay, these are lands. Why do they show up here? These are all of the zero-cost cards in the format. This is the only one that isn't... that's like an instant or sorcery. If I am tapped out, you can kill me. The only one is Pact of Negation. I bet that's wrong. I bet I will go and look it up, and I will find out that it's somebody else. But, I don't understand why people like to take Mox Amber, but we won't be able to play it. Planar Cleansing protects the negotiators. Planar Cleansing would be good in this matchup, but this is such a terrible opening hand for land that I am quite worried. Yeah, Quench is good. The downside to that is that I think I will probably have to... Should have sleeper emoji'd them? Yeah, but I don't got that special sleeper emoji. Farewell is also quite good in this matchup. Let's do the plains. What do we have for soldiers here? We got Expel. Oh, that's concerning. Oh boy. I think this is a slightly more tuned version of this list than I've seen previously. And that makes me nervous. Oh dearie. Okay, I need to see if I can figure out a way to ramp. No, you know what we'll do? We'll do this instead. Attacks. Why did I do that? I don't have Quench anymore. Oh man, this is an interesting... This feels like a very tuned version of this list. And that is scary. I'm not sure I love my odds into that. Okay. I would like to keep mana open for Quench. Let's do this. Try to see if I can play Collision Construct at some point. I do like Elspeth's Command, though. I like alchemy cards that just make other creatures bigger. How about you don't? Let's do Soldier. Maybe I should have just done the Prodigy and started swinging through. I have 4 mana. That's enough to replay Harbin. I'm just gonna swing back. Let's play the Recruitment Officer. Play that 4/3 Vigilance. Hangerback Walker, I need to expel this before it becomes an actual thing. Wash away is not quite enough. Soldier perpetually gains +1/+1 in flying. Let's see what happens if I do this. Let's see if they actually block. Alright, next turn I need to leave mana untapped so I can use Expel. Yep, I absolutely need to make sure that I can use Expel. Okay, that's bad. I need 1 more blue mana so badly right now. Hangerback Walker will create, what, 8 1/1s? 8 2/1s? That would be not fun to deal with. +1/+1 in Vigilance. Oh, I don't have any soldiers. I should have done the other one. Yeah, let's do it. Urkel's Prodigy will win in 2 turns if I can get it to do stuff. So if I can just protect Urkel's Prodigy for 2 turns and not lose for 2 turns, then I'm in a good position. Though I don't have the second blue to actually cast Wash Away in a meaningful... Just 1 more mana game. Give me that 1 more mana. I will chump that with Coalition Construct. There's my 1 more mana. So that is 8, 9, 10, 11. I might end up regretting that. Let's do this. I like Hercule's Prodigy. It's just such a good card. You'll hear me say that a lot, because it is. Alright. They have a lot of fairies. A lot of tokens. Classic 8-7 for 3 moment. Oh, I wanted to take a screenshot of that. Ah, there we go. Yep. Oh, that's actually perfect. Oh, they just gave me a perfect reset. If that's the case, I absolutely will block with Recruitment Officer. Oh, no, they didn't, because I don't have enough. Crud. Alright, I thought I had enough. I keep forgetting that you can't tap Power Stones or the extra mana for that. Oh, that is a bummer. Is that just lethal? I can play Harbin. You know what? Maybe I'll get one more turn. Maybe they won't kill me. Do they have anybody on the ground that I would want to block? Probably. I don't have any soldiers in my hand, so let's do this. Oh, you know what? I probably should have attacked him there. It would have forced the trade of 2. Oh, that's a funky interaction. Okay, you know what? There's still hope, because they didn't put that onto the Trampler. It's not like a lot of hope, but is a non-zero margin of hope. That's 12, right? So if this is a land... Come on, give me a land. Please, game. Not a land. Still not enough. Alright, that's got to be another game's loss, sadly. Let's do Soldier in Your Hand. Corruption gets +1/+1. Aw, man. So close. But yet, so far, the power of Convoke doing work. I'm not mad about that one, though. That was a good game. What if I'd... Nah, it wouldn't have made a difference. I just got unlucky with the land that time. And then they just played it correctly. Alright, let's see if we can do 1 or 2 more games. I just want that 1 win. And then it will be time to... I'm so disappointed I didn't get to do more with that card. But I'm going to go toss it into... Oh man, geeks. Geeks. I like this opening hand, actually. Quite a lot. I will keep... Oh, but we're not on the play. Ooh. I want to be on the play. See? Okay, so... It's Skirjin. It's Volton. It's too much for Mr. Incredible to handle. Let's do an island into Spectrum Sentinel. I don't want to play the Howlet Fountain until I have to. That's actually kind of annoying into this matchup. Basic Snowland. I wonder if this list is playing Blood on the Snow. Oof. Alright. That's unfortunate. What are they probably going to get? Probably Expel. No, Banishing Light. Interesting. I wonder why they played Ghost Quarter first. It's kind of an aggressive option to not... play your colored lands. Let's do the recruitment officer. And we'll just go combat. Goodbye, Gix. Don't come back. Sincerely, everyone. Literally everyone ever. Even the people who were technically his allies. Nobody liked you. Nobody ever will. Is it worth using Expel on Vault Scourge? Probably not. Oh, that's a problem. No, it's not. Because I don't think you will actually... Okay, I was right. I don't think you will actually want to lose the Burnished Heart. I think we will block the Burnished Heart and then sack it to dig for 5. Yep. Did I say 5? Sack it for 2 to dig to 2 to play up to 5. And let's end the turn because I still want to have Disdainful Stroke. Alright. Yep, that resolves. Do I want to give you 1 card? Yes, more than I want to give you, like... More than I want to give up my heart removal. Hey look, it's Elspeth. What is the Elspeth doing? Oh no, the death The death has been conquered. I don't know where I was going with that. It was just dumb. But I don't like Gix. And I would rather give you one card than I would... I mean, I probably could have done the Expel, but whatever. Arcane Signet. Take action. It's been out since turn 1. It's been, what, turns 5? Yeah, so it's done a lot of work for them. I think they are finally confronting the fact that they will, in fact, have to remove my board. But maybe they should have thought about that before. Alright, let's do Yoshin Tactician. Five, 6, 7. That would be really cool. Actually, I'm kind of a rough spot, to be honest. Aww. Honestly, that's fine, though. That's the kind of, like, black is so little enchantment removal that the fact that they have that one, it was a good time to use it. Like, that's fine. Black honestly needs better enchantment removal in this format. I could just play Harbin, but I could also just play nothing and just hit them in the face and then try to win off counter spells. Yeah, that seems like a better plan. I like that plan. This Vault Scourge, though, has, like, I should have expelled it. I just don't want to because then I lose. They got 6 cards in hand. How greedy... What is deck? I have Expel, so I'm gonna get rid of you. I'm tired of you doing things. Alright, so let's see it. Let's see the Shilodrod. Let's see these 6 drops. Bring them out. Roll them up. Hey, look, it's Gary. Goodbye, Gary. I'm not going to play anything here. And that might be a mistake. I probably should have... No, I should have held the favorable wins. Yep. Oh, that's so much lifelink. One life off, but I don't have any good way to... And then lifelink doesn't use the stack, so I can't be like, oh, I'll wait for them to play Gix and then... That works. Okay, let's hope that I do this right. If they're gonna just play the removal now, they'll play the removal now. Right? So I will swing in for 3. They will block with Nighthawk Scavenger and go up to 5. But it's really the only option, unfortunately. But now they've got Negate. Or now I don't have Negate, and they have other stuff. I don't know. I feel like this is my only hope to go long into this list. Oh boy. This is getting spicy. Please don't have just top-decked Invoke Despair. That is my one ask. It's not Invoke Despair. Okay, I think I see where this is going. This is more of what I was expecting. Choose an online card, that player discards it. If they get rid of Negate, that means they're saving for a big spell. If they get rid of the Tactician, that means they are trying to just outlast me. They did not get rid of the Negate. Alright. Now, given how little life they have, I think that they are going to be kind of sketchy on trying to... Maybe I can actually clutch this out? Yep, so I'll show you the deck list after the game. The deck list is also in the... Hey, okay, so we can go over the deck list. There should also be a link to the deck list in the video description. But I can go over it. It's just general aggressive. You know, I'll just show you. That's probably where I was going to be planning to end the stream anyway, so we can go over the deck list one more time. It is aggro soldier tribal, basically. I think is the best way to describe it. And it has a fair amount of other things in it, and honestly, there's a few cards here you could probably cut if you wanted. But, so, here's the list. Yeah, it does play up the curve, just because there's no chance... What's the best way to put it? So I'm assuming you guys are from the Comp Historic Brawl Discord, because I recognize the profile pic. The ideal perfect game for this is something useful, is like Yoshi on turn 2 or Esper. These two on turn 1, right? You drop the turn 1s. You play up turn 1, 2, 3, and then by the time that turn 5 rolls around, turn 4 or turn 5, you're attacking in with 4 soldiers. But because it's Historic Brawl and there's a non-zero chance that that just doesn't happen, there are like recovery cards, right? So there is, honestly, Perilous Vault is fine because it's the cheapest non-land removal. You could replace it with what you want. There is Day of Judgment. There is Supreme Verdict. There is Perilous Vault. There is Farewell, right? Because there's a fair amount of, not a massive amount, but there is enough draw support in here that it's possible to restabilize. Like if someone was like, okay, well, play this deck competitively, yes, I would cut Elish Norn and I would maybe cut Caged Sun. And I'd probably cut Sanctuary Warden. I would probably keep Sworn to the Legion. Because if the game goes long enough that you're playing 6 drops, this is your best odds for trying to keep some form of stability and board presence. But anyway, so 1 drop, 0 drops, Mox Amber because Harbin comes out so quickly that it's worth running. But what you don't see in this is Arcane Signet, because Arcane Signet is good, but it's all the 1 mana blue interaction. The 1 mana blue interaction. What sort of stuff? So let me just pull up the list for that. Like 1 mana pump spells, or like Opt, Scry, those ones. Spell Pierce, Miscast, Swan Song. Those would probably be good if I made this more mid-range. Honestly, this deck just tries to go as aggro as possible. It has a few counter spells. I can see that. I can see those being decent. I think that instead of the 1 mana interactions, I have more like Swords to Plowshares, Fragment Reality. What are the other equivalents? Oh, Revoke Existence barely counts. I should replace this with something better. It's more go long into it. Top range at 4. The 1 mana interactions are to survive Wraths. Okay. Oh. Yep, counter spells for the... I lost, I think, 1 game this stream. Maybe 1 or 2 this stream. I lost to a Chatterfang deck where the game went longer than I would have liked, and then I played Elspeth onto... onto their Gix instead of onto their 6-drop green-black Garruk, and that came back to bite me. I didn't pull any more hard removal, and I lost to an Ayla list where I couldn't hit a 5th land, and so I never got a chance to use Farewell. But all the rest were wins. Beat Omnath, beat that Gix. Trying to think if there were any other notable ones. Nath, Gix, yeah. There's I guess for this list, so like more a little bit of protection for some stuff. I don't know. I think my favorite thing about it is like Elspeth's Command and Coalition Construct. Any of the perpetual effects are quite fun. I just like perpetual effects. Never drew the Mana Confluence, so I still have no idea if that's worth it in 2-color decks. Everyone's going to have their opinions on Alchemy. I understand that a lot of people don't like it. They want the game to be as close to paper as possible. And that's perfectly fair. Personally, I enjoy a lot of like different weird games, and I really enjoy cards that can... I enjoy, like, Perpetual is a very fun effect for me. I think it's very, very interesting. I've always liked those sorts of mechanics, so I like Alchemy. Do I like every Alchemy card? No. There are some good clips of me being, like, I've been on the receiving end of pre-nerf Niambi, Oracle of the Alpha, and that was a 30-minute game where I spent 25 minutes not playing. So I'm aware that Alchemy can be frustrating, but I think that, for example, where's the new... I think it can also be fun. Let me find the new... You're not blue, so you're not going to show up in this search. You're also not a 1-drop. You are a 3-drop. I'm sure at some point I'll be on, like, the receiving end of this, but I like things like Urza's construction drone and stuff like this, right? Even though I've gotten just smacked by Oracle of the Alpha, I think it's a fun and neat card, right? Now, I get not everybody's going to like that, but the other argument I would make in favor of Alchemy, at least for me personally, is Historic Brawl already has a fairly limited pool of cards. I don't like having to give up a portion of that pool. But yeah. I crafted Mana Confluence because people were saying it's good. I am curious to see... let me turn off that filter. I'm curious to see what it does. The last time I saw a card like that I was curious about, but it never paid out, was Thran Portal. Nope, turn off that. I was curious to see if Thran Portal would end up being, like, good, but it turned out to be garbage. It was just garbage. Oh yeah, it's strictly better. But when Thran Portal came out, right, we didn't know we'd be getting Mana Confluence. I think everything in... I didn't really do any content related to it just because I've been busy with another project. But everything in Historic Explorer Anthology 2 outside of... There's one card in here that I looked at it and I'm like, I don't think that's going to get played in Historic Brawl ever. You know what? I'm just going to go to my collection real quick. What time is it? 8:45? Muriel? No, I don't have it. Okay, so I can explain that one. You might notice that I have a fair amount of wild cards. With that said, I have a policy. And the policy is I do not craft. So two things to know are I haven't spent real money on this game, I think, like, except maybe once, where I bought one of the intro packs. But the two parts to it are I do not spend real money on this game, and I also do not craft mythics, or I very rarely will craft a mythic before the set that the mythic is in rotates. And by rotates, I mean it's in your sort of normal pack rewards from things like the battle pass. Because I'm not really in any rush to get the cards. I'm more, again, my main format's historic Brawl. I only need one-offs, and I would rather just wait. Now, do I stick to that 100% of the time? No, absolutely not. There's plenty of times when I don't do that. But the two main ways I get cards are, packs from the battle pass, and then drafting. But I don't really buy packs. But yeah, so that's the reason there's no Muriel. Would Muriel be great in this deck? Yes. If I had Muriel, I would put it in that deck. But where are you? I'm not. There you go, Muriel Shard Archive. But I don't. So hasn't gone into the list. Muriel would probably be the replacement for Adeline, honestly, if I had it. Even though it's one higher on the curve. I haven't had my mythic luck with Bro has actually been unfortunate. Finale of Glory. So the two cards that I was thinking about, Finale of Glory would be good. The other one that I was thinking about including that I did not was, I think it's a rare. Where is my... It's the rare. Escape from... Not you. So, Ascend from Avernus. This I was definitely considering. But I didn't end up adding it in. Yeah, Finale of Glory would be good. Yeah. There are definitely some wonky... Like, I won't lie, there are a couple picks in that deck that are a little like... You could make an argument that they're not the best choice to actually place into the list. So, for example, ones that I'm actively aware of that people are going to look at and go, why did you do that? But he's fun. I don't know, I haven't done an Urza deck yet. I've seen a fair number of the different variants. None of them have sparked joy. Let's see. Caged Sun. Caged Sun, let's be real. Caged Sun is in the list because I got a copy of Caged Sun. I'm like, this is cool. But you could probably replace it. You could also, again, probably replace it. I don't know. I feel like this is actually a pretty good list. It's adapted, oddly enough, from my blue-white soldier draft that I just keep forcing every time I draft Bro, and somehow has worked out overall. But my actual luck for... Tapping out of this for a second. My actual luck for the commanders in Bro has been a little bit... It's been a little bit limited. Let me see if I can show that real quick. Yeah. I actually did get the copy of Gix. I'm happy about that, but... Okay. So there's a fair amount of stuff I still don't have. The interesting thing, and then there's a couple... Who's the person that I just keep... Maybe it's Urza that I just keep getting copies of. How many mythics do I have left on that? Just 2? So the thing is, and this is going to sound real cynical for a moment. The streams and videos for any given Historic Brawl Commander do the best right after the card has been released. And that means that anything that I open earlier in the set sometimes I will put a bit more time into it than I will for things later in the set, right? So for example, at some point I'm going to make, because I have to, a Mishra Excavation Prodigy Jet deck. I am not filled with joy by this card. Mono red is... Bad mono red commander decks are not exactly joyous. This could be neat. Maybe the extra mana will let me cheat some stuff out earlier. But I would not describe myself as enthusiastic about the 3-drop 2/1 with haste that can get you an extra card in exchange for another card. Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's balanced for this card's rarity, right, in draft, but it's also unfortunate. But the other thing is that at this point, right, there's tons of Gix decks. There's tons of Gix lists. There's probably there's probably a fair amount of Tawnos lists, just because I've been on the receiving end of those once or twice, right? So when a set comes out, or like the order I choose to make decks for are rarer mythics that seem fun, usually, or just cards that seem fun. And then that's followed by everything else. But if I make a Gix deck at this point, right? Like, I've seen enough of them that it's like, what exactly am I going to do that's going to be interesting that people haven't already done with the card? And if there's not too much of it, then it's like, why would somebody watch me as opposed to watching somebody who has a couple 100,000 more subscribers? So the real cynical way to put it is, it's effectively a game of first mover advantage. If you get the card earlier in the set and you make a deck with it and do a video on it, then it's going to show up when people are looking for it. Whereas if you get it later, for cards that are going to be more popular, for cards that are mythics, for cards that are... Like, Gix is just an exciting card in general. I can make this list. It will never show up in search results in a billion skrillion years. I'll still make it. But it's also like, why spend so much effort trying to do something new and innovative with a card that already people have had a lot of time to work with for a video that no one will ever see? Anyway, end of cynicism. I am excited to do a Saheeli deck. I think that'll be fun. This card is just really good. Tawnos I'm actually excited for. I like Simic, even though I've seen what people are already doing with it. I might try to do Changeling or something weird with Tawnos, just because that seems funky. Takeza. I haven't seen too many lists with her. I haven't seen too many lists with Kayla yet. Who have I seen so far? Haven't seen you. Have seen you. Paradox Engine Jank? Yeah, probably. You know what? No, you don't have... Green has a little bit of mill. Blue has mill. You could probably do self-mill. Self-mill hyper ramp. Yeah. Self-mill hyper ramp with Tokasia would be fun. And then Urza, there people have made a bunch of Urza's decks. Then we have a Liberator, Urza's Battle Thopter. Just a very unfortunate boy. Someday Wastes will be fixed. And when Wastes is fixed, this will be ever so slightly a better card. Hajiru was actually quite fun. This deck was actually much better than I thought it would be. Who have I done decks for so far? So I've done Teferi, I've done Ashnod. Those were both great. I have done Titania. That was a little dicey. I'm just gonna give a hot take here. Meld is kind of a shit mechanic. Especially if the thing that it melds into is something that still dies very easy to a single removal spell. Harbin was good. Hajar was good. I haven't done as many of this set. The thing I've been doing on the side of it is... Where is... Here we go. Oh no, it's not even Adventures in the Forgotten Realm, is it? I want... What was the other supplementary set? Alchemy Horizon, Alchemy Baldur's Gate. There's so many legendary creatures. I've done everything in the top row except Gale Conduit of the Arcane. I have done everything in row 2 except Karlach. I've done decks for everybody in row 3. I've done decks for everybody here, including Krydal. I have done decks for everybody in row 2 except Thrakis. I think I did Liara. I haven't done Radagaga. I don't believe I did Minsk and Boo. And I have done everybody in the last row except for Alando, Mazi, and Jan Jensen. And then, of course, when I first started this channel, I was like, oh, I'll do decks for literally everybody, right? How Tops is doing? All right. Thanks for watching. And as the one viewer that we have on the stream departs, that seems like a good time to pause things. So, as always, anybody who stopped by, thanks for watching. This will probably be the last stream of the year, but I will be working on some other stuff. I have it's not even a secret project. I spent several hours, and then I spent several more hours researching and getting sources for every single ban in Historic Brawl. And that video will hopefully be going up at some point before the end of the year. I've finished the research. I've finished the script. It turns out that video editing is hard, and so I still need to do that part. And when that finishes out, I also got some more feedback for some of the video. When I finish that, then that video will go up. And I think that'll be... Honestly, I think that'll be cool. I think it'll be a good resource so that people will stop saying that Kinnan should be banned in the format. That's the hope anyway. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Hope your holidays are awesome. Hope your end of your year is good. And potentially I will, in terms of live streams, I will see you guys next year. Till then.